Thunderdome Boxing Talk. Alright, post-fight show, results, review for the Mayweather-Pacquiao pay-per-view. Alright, first I'm going to just run through the two undercards really quick. Lomachenko, Vasily Lomachenko versus Gamaliel Rodriguez. Man, well, Loma won every round on my scorecard, and I believe on all three judges' scorecards as well. And he scored a 9th round knockout, 50 seconds into round 9. Man, did Loma look, amazing. The first 2 rounds, he just kind of, figured the guy out a little bit, took his time. And then on that 3rd round, he just went to work. That guy's foot movement, just footwork, his placement, how he can turn different angles and release combinations. His combinations are crazy. Aggressive, defense is stunning. Like, he don't have to hit you and dart. He'll stand right in front of you and make you miss everything and then make you pay. Lomachenko, I agree with Roy Jones Jr. that, he's a top 5 pound-for-pound fighter, man. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. I got to see that Nicholas Walters fight because they are number 1 and number 2 in the featherweight division. And I don't care which way you place them. I don't care if you have Walters 1, Loma 2, Loma 1, Walters 2. Either way, they're 1 and 2. They need to fight to see who's really number 1. I think I would have to favor Lomachenko, though. Paulie brought up, how's he going to handle a physical guy? He had a little trouble with Salido. Well, Salido had 30-some pounds on him and punched him in the dick, 50 times in that fight. And, Loma had no pro experience like he does now, He's a much better fighter. You even saw him getting low-blowed constantly to the point where, the guy got a point taken away from him, and I believe it was the 4th round. He had already punched him low so many times. He got a point taken away then. And Loma, finally, he kept doing it, and the ref didn't see a lot of him. So finally, Loma just hit him back. Something he didn't do in the Salido fight. So you can see he's learning on the job. Man, that Walters fight with Loma, I have to see it. I do. I don't know. I would have to favor Loma already. If they allow Loma 2-3 more fights or something like that before then, I don't see Walters doing it, man. I don't care how big and strong that guy is. He's very highly skilled and world class, but Loma's skill is above Walters. Walters has just some tools of his own, though, that can win. Like big punch, long reach. He's a great fighter himself, big, but I think Loma would handle him. Not easily. But, that's where I want to see Loma go. Leo Santa Cruz versus Jose Cayetano. I don't even want to talk about that fight, man. Like, Santa Cruz scored a shutout on my card, and I believe, again, on all 3 judges' cards. They would not tell the truth about Cayetano. They kept trying to make it seem like Cayetano was some, good fighter. He was ranked 111 by BoxRec, and now I know their system's a tad flawed, but he ain't even up in the, double digits. That dude is 100 plus, and this is supposed to be, the number 322 pounder. Now I don't care if this one is 126 or not. That guy should never have even been in the ring with Santa Cruz, and they were trying to act like it was a good match, and Santa Cruz the guy had a ton of stamina. He did. I was surprised how good a shape he was in, considering he didn't have that much notice. And I noticed they tried to say Gamey Rodriguez didn't have much notice for the Lomachenko fight. I don't know what the hell they were talking about. You can go check 2 months ago, damn near. I had a video that the fight was confirmed. He had at least 7 weeks. at least. He might have had a full 8. That was he didn't have. He had the same amount of time as Loma. Put it that way. But Leo Santa Cruz, Cayetano. Santa Cruz said Cayetano was a great fighter. He said, well, he's a great fighter. Yeah, 17-3 against tomato cans. Never been out of Mexico. Has been knocked cold before, and he couldn't even put the guy down. No, he's not great. You're just not as good as people think you are. At 126, Santa Cruz gets ran the fuck through by any of those guys, man. Any of those guys. You put him in there with Gary Russell, he's getting dusted. Lomachenko, dusted. You put him in there with Walters, he's getting dusted. Santa Cruz is done in my book. Mares, yeah, I want to see that fight. I think Mars will probably give it to him. I don't care if Mars is, not what he used to be or not. I don't know, man. I don't see Santa Cruz having any power at 126. None. That guy's chin wasn't iron. Loma just couldn't fucking put any. He don't have any power at 126. He don't. Not at all. Not at all. That guy's been knocked cold before by a tomato can. All right. He's lost. He's not even. He's just. He's 100 and some ranked guy. He's a tomato can. And you got to go 12 with him, and he was actually like fighting with you. I don't care if Santa Cruz won every round or not. The guy was actually competitive, which was amazing, because I thought Santa Cruz would just get this guy out of there in 6 rounds, but not the case. But to the main event, Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. All right, the official scores were 118-110. 116-112 and 116-112 for Floyd Mayweather. Still undefeated. I had the fight 115-113 Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather won. I believe Manny Pacquiao came in too heavy. I don't know what I talked about this in videos. He shouldn't. It's said that, Rocha said he can't come in, above that 149, 150 mark, or he loses speed. I don't know why he came in the heaviest of his career. I didn't understand that at all. Not at all. That was a big reason why he couldn't use his footwork and get them angles. He's just too heavy on his feet. That's why it slowed him down, and it cost him big time. And Floyd Mayweather, we couldn't get a weight on him tonight because he was huge. And that's not an excuse. I knew he was. That was one of the game plans. It was either come in light or come in heavy. And he came in heavy. Manny weighing 152. There's no way Floyd weighed less than 160. No way. But Floyd won. Floyd clearly won. One thing was Floyd said, in the terms of the history books, this, the weight was worth it. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. When an exciting fighter burns out faster than, savvy, slick boxer type, counterpuncher. They last longer. Like a Bernard Hopkins, a Floyd Mayweather, they last longer. Mike Tyson, Jack Dempsey, Manny Pacquiao, they burn out faster. Everyone knows that. Manny, I think the fight should have happened yesterday. I think Manny might have peaked yesterday. He didn't have that same energy. His feet were just so heavy. There was something. His footwork was very, very heavy. And I think the difference between, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd was, again, holding too much, man. Towards the end, I was glad he didn't, but, I don't like that shit. I was watching it with, family who just don't watch boxing, and they kept saying, why is this guy hold so much? Every time a fight breaks out, he holds. And I'm like, well, you gotta, trying to explain. And it is what it is. Floyd put on a great performance. That was, he ran a lot, but he put on a more, he put on a more aggressive performance than usual, so I give him credit for that. You know, I was glad for that. It wasn't as uh, it didn't live up to the hype in terms of fireworks. You know, neither guy even had a scratch on their face. Neither guy went down. Neither guy. Floyd might have been buzzed a couple times. Manny never got hurt. There was like, you know, no. It was like a fucking glorified sparring match, honestly, man. I was pretty disappointed in that. You know, I was glad that Floyd let his hands go, though. And I was glad about that. You know, I think the fight would have been more competitive had it happened at 140, to where they both could have weighed, you know, a little closer in size, because Floyd's bigger already. And, you know, a fighter like Floyd, and I've said it before, you know, a slow guy who has, you know, 15, 20 pounds on you ain't going to be as big of a deal as a fast guy with, you know, 15 fucking pounds on you. And Floyd definitely had 10 pounds on him. Plus, you know, height, reach, and all that shit came into a factor, as we saw. So, you know, congrats to Floyd Mayweather. He was real. He showed. I don't know how he's gonna act after this, but in the post-fight interview, he at least seemed, you know, classy. I liked that. You know, that was all I needed. You know, it's all I ever asked was, you know, show the respect. He probably should have apologized, though, for some of the things he said, since we know what he does. You know, it's, you know, he does owe the man an apology. If he wants to do that in private, whatever. But he bashed him in public, so, you know, apologize to the man in public. But Floyd won. You know, no arguments there. I'm not going to try and twist my scorecard and to justify why Manny won. You know, it's not the case. I thought Floyd won. You know, so did most people, I believe. I haven't talked to anybody yet, but I'm about to go do that now and see what people's thoughts were. Where does Floyd go from here? You know, well, first of all, Manny, I'm pretty sure Manny's going to retire or take a fight at 140, you know, and get a dub and retire. You know, he's, you know, as you're getting up there in age, it's kind of hard to still fight them big guys. It just is, man. It just is. And he shouldn't have came in at the heaviest of his career. That was dumb. That was stupid as hell on his team's part, man. I didn't like that. You know, Floyd didn't hurt him or couldn't hurt him at all. So I don't think bringing him in 3 pounds lighter would have had him get knocked out. You know, he didn't even get buzzed or wobbled. You know, every time a fight broke out, though, you know, Floyd did his normal thing, hold and take Manny's game away, which I guess is smart on Floyd's part. It just takes away from the people who bought the fight and wanted, you know, a fight of the century, because that, we said before, where would this be? Schmeling, Frazier Ali, you know, Pacquiao Mayweather? No, it's not there. This is not one of those fights. And we said we had to see it until we know what it was, and it wasn't one of those fights because there was no drama. There was no, you know, real excitement. There was like edge of your seat moments, but that comes with, you know, a lot of fights. But, you know, there was no fight of the century type fight. Not at all. It was, like I said, it was a glorified sparring match. Neither guy had a fucking mark. Not a mark, man. Floyd found a way to just, you know, slow that pace down and cruise to a victory. If Manny could have won, you know, the two of them last 3 rounds. Wait, no, if he would have, I actually had him winning one of them. So if he would have won all 3 of the last rounds, which Floyd won, but Floyd ran that 12th round, you know, kind of landed a couple punches and just ran. If Manny could have won the 11th round, then there would have been some controversy. But he didn't, so there's not. Let me know what your scores were, what you thought, and such and such. All right, Thunderdome Boxing Talk. Stay safe. Peace.